Okay, let's talk about Omega.One. So what Omega.One wants to do is Omega.One wants to bring in a system where they've changed the whole this decentralized exchange. So Omega.One they've identified some of the problems that happen with most of these exchanges. One of them is the issues of low liquidity, and then high trading costs, and then the issue of lack of transparency, and then hacking. So what Omega.One wants to basically do, let's see this video and let's kick off from there.
My name's Alex Gordon-Brander. I'm the Chief Technology Officer of Omega.One. This is a really exciting time in crypto markets. We've seen a stunning rise in both valuations and trading volumes. As recently as the first quarter of 2017, your average daily volume across all crypto exchanges was ranging between $1 and $200 million, and now it's $4 or $5 billion. At the same time, though, a 20-fold increase in transaction volume without any change in fundamental market infrastructure has stressed the existing infrastructure of the crypto markets, and the time's very ripe for more mature technology to move into the crypto space.
My name is Alan Keegan. I'm the CEO of Omega.One. When we look at the blockers to the development of the financial system that's being built on the blockchain, we see three big issues. First one is a problem with liquidity. It's hard to move around any kind of meaningful amount of money in these markets without pushing around the price and incurring liquidity costs. The second problem is security. Because the exchanges are built entirely off-chain, they are inherently susceptible to risks of hacking in a way that on-chain solutions are not. More than $2 billion have been lost from exchanges being hacked. And the third problem is a lack of transparency, where it's difficult to have any insight or any analytics about what the cost of execution was relative to mid-market. It's a huge pain and very, very expensive to buy or sell. That's a completely solvable problem.
My name is Mark Backus, and I'm the Chief Strategy Officer for Omega.One. One of the great opportunities about crypto space is that people are learning about it for the first time. They're buying into it for the first time. That's why we need to do everything we can to make people understand that this is a safe place to put their money and that they're not going to be ripped off in the process. We actually need to find a way to streamline pricing, to streamline liquidity, and to streamline access. That's why we created Omega.One.
So what Omega.One does is we intermediate between our members and the exchanges. So let's say you have a bunch of Bitcoin and you want to do a large trade, say $1 million buying Ether with your Bitcoin. So if you want to do that with Omega.One, the first thing that happens is if there happen to be people on our platform who are trying to trade in the other direction, those orders will be sitting on our order book, and your order will automatically be matched against those orders that are sitting on our order book, and will trade you at the middle of the market. If, on the other hand, there is nobody on the other side of the trade, what Omega.One will do is go out to all of the major marketplaces in the world and subtly and smoothly buy enough Ether on your behalf to fulfill your trade. So if you have 1,000 Bitcoin trade, we might break it into 1,000 pieces of 1 Bitcoin each and slip these orders onto the 10 or 20 different exchanges that trade Bitcoin against Ether. And over a period of maybe some minutes, we'll amass a large enough position in Ether that we can fulfill your order, and then we'll settle that Ether into your wallet before we remove the Bitcoin. We'll do this using our own balance sheet, so you're not taking any risk, and you're going to end up with trades that are, we estimate, 80 to 90% cheaper than if you tried to trade directly on the markets.
Much, if not the majority, of the entire financial service industry can now be automated. It can be automated in a way that is more transparent, more efficient, and more secure. There's an opportunity here to really, really build what the future of a financial system will be. It actually influence the culture and the literal plumbing and infrastructure of capital allocation for most of the world in the future.
Okay, so you've seen some of the things, the problems, and then the solutions they actually bringing. And one of the thing about Omega.One is the issues of balance sheet intermediation. So what they basically talks about is, let's say for example, you are about to execute a trade, you want to buy Ethereum with your BTC. Now, the first thing they want to ask is if someone else wants to make a reverse trade. So you want to buy Ethereum with your BTC. So they're asking within the Omega.One platform if someone else wants to buy BTC with Ethereum. So if such thing happen, they match you with that person. However, if that is not happening within a specified limit of time, they basically like things like something like swarming. They basically look to different exchanges and then see if someone else wants to actually buy. So what basically happens, they would look through different exchanges and see the price of different exchanges. Let's say, for example, at Bitrace it is this, at Bitfinex it is this, at BitHome it is this, at Cryptopia it is this, at this exchange it is this. Then they will not say, okay, this is the best price for you to buy, and once it's done, they give you that option. You can now trade. Then another thing again about this platform is, well, when they launch the platform, they will be supporting ERC20 tokens for ICOs, and then they will also be supporting other platforms like Neo and the rest of them. Now, it means that you'll be able to send your money directly from this exchange to different platforms when they are participating when they are doing an ICO, and also give you low cost. Sorry, and it's also a secure system. And one of the things about this platform is currently they are offering what they call the bug bouncing. So they're offering a bug bouncing, and this bug bouncing is something that, so they're offering a bug bouncing. Now, one of the things I like about platforms that offer bug bouncing, there are platforms that really know what they are actually doing. They know that they cannot really do it by themselves, and they will need people to see if there are lapses and the rest of them. So if maybe you are a programmer or you're involved in any of this cryptographic stuff, and you can run a bug on your program and see if it has some lapses or vulnerabilities, and you could get rewarded for it. So guys, you want to keep your eye on the platform. They have a very solid team. You can reach to who is behind the team and see everything that is going on within the system. So guys, do have a very, very good day.